Future lives is an area that I do get into occasionally. Some of my colleagues enjoy working a lot with progression. That's the difference. It's progression instead of regression. And I've heard some interesting, I've had people who have been on starships because they're seeing into the future. A lot of times, though, I don't like working in the future, even when a client is able to talk to me a little about it, because of the fact that I think from a karmic lesson standpoint, it's better that they not know what's coming up. I feel, again, a lot of importance really comes by our discovering and problem solving when the issue is right in front of us. So I'm a little hesitant to spend too much time with that, although I've had many clients who've talked to me, for instance, about the 21st, 22nd century, how overcrowded the next century is going to be on Earth, and how there's going to be a lot of air pollution, and how it's not going to be real easy living around here. In fact, it's made my wife and I come to the conclusion, I think we'll wait a century before we reincarnate together again. But I must tell you, too, that the fact of time often comes into this. People who ask me questions about whether it's possible to see into the future are suddenly confronted by this business of time, the past, present, and future, all being capsulized into one action. And this is confusing for them. It doesn't bother them so much when we talk about past lives and our current life. But when we get into the future, they begin to see that, in fact, all time there's not an absolute to time. It's not a chronology like it is on Earth. But in fact, when we are in the spirit world, we're able to see into the future as well as the past. If we were not able to do this, we would not be able to select our bodies and to know a little bit about what's going to happen to us, so that we, in fact, can make the determination that this body is going to be right for us. So, as of necessity, people have to come to this philosophic concept that, in fact, past, present, and future is all relative. There's been a lot of work done in recent years by people who are very scientifically oriented on this. A whole new field of quantum mechanics, where they believe that everything is electromagnetic light, energy, and that time is essentially motion and not chronology, has come into play, where people have had, I think, a greater understanding as quite possible that there is no real relevance to past, present, and future as far as chronology on Earth. It's difficult for us to accept this because we see the sun come up in the morning, go down at night, there's night and day, we age, we see everything changing around us. So for us, it's chronology. Time is very important as an absolute, but it's not true in the spirit world.